All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Nyana Theus, and today I'll be talking about open educational resources, commonly known as OER, along with open pedagogy, major platforms that support OER, and how OER is currently being used in educational settings. This topic is especially important right now because education is continuously evolving, and access, equity, and flexibility have become major priorities for both educators and students. OER and open pedagogy offer solutions that directly address the needs of removing cost barriers and rethinking how learning experiences are designed. In this presentation, I'll break down what OER actually is, why it matters instructionally, how open pedagogy builds on it, and how these concepts show up in real educational environments. What are open educational resources? Open educational resources are teaching, learning, and research materials that are freely available and openly licensed. What makes OER different from traditional educational materials is that they are not just free to access, but free to adapt and share legally. These materials can include textbooks, lesson plans, videos, activities, simulations, assessments, and even full courses. Because they are openly licensed, most often through Creative Commons, educators are allowed to modify them to better fit their students' needs. A helpful way to understand OER is through the 5 R's: retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. These permissions give educators flexibility that simply isn't possible with traditional copyrighted materials. Now let's move on to defining features of OER. Some defining features of OER include free access, open licensing, and adaptability. These resources are often digital first, making them easy to update, share, and integrate into learning management systems. Another important feature is that OER supports equity focused teaching. Since students don't have to wait to purchase materials, everyone has immediate access on day one. This can significantly impact student success, especially for learners who may experience financial or logistical barriers. OER also encourages collaboration among educators, allowing teachers to improve and build upon each other's work rather than working in isolation. Instructional benefits of EOR. Instructionally, OER provides several major benefits. One of the most obvious is the reduction of financial barriers for students. When students don't have to pay for textbooks, they are more likely to engage fully with the course from the start. From teaching in different perspectives, OER allows instructors to customize content, differentiate instruction, and include culturally relevant materials that reflect their students' backgrounds and experiences. Research has shown that OER adoption can lead to higher engagement, better course completion rates, and improved learning outcomes, particularly for underserved student populations. Overall, OER supports both flexibility and inclusivity in the classroom. What is open pedagogy? Open pedagogy takes the ideas behind OER a step further. Rather than focusing only on open materials, open pedagogy focuses on open teaching practices. At its core, open pedagogy is about shifting students from being passive consumers of information to active creators of knowledge. Instead of disposable assignments that are submitted and forgotten, students create work that has real world value and can be shared beyond the classroom. This approach encourages collaboration, reflection, creativity, and deeper learning. Students are more invested because their work has purpose and meaning beyond earning a grade. Although David Wiley is often credited with popularizing open pedagogy, the concept is still evolving and interpreted in different ways. Many educators emphasize aspects such as student voice, agency, equity, social injustice, and community engagement. Others connect open pedagogy to authentic assessment, where learning is demonstrated through meaningful projects rather than traditional exams. What's important is that open pedagogy is flexible. It can be adapted to different educational levels, disciplines, and learning contexts, making it accessible to a wide range of educators. Now let's get into the benefits of open pedagogy. Some key benefits open pedagogy include increased student motivation, stronger ownership of learning, and improved digital literacy skills. Students often feel more confident and empowered when they know their work matters. Open pedagogy also supports collaboration and critical thinking, preparing students for real world problem solving. Now, some widely recognized OER platforms, which will be there are several well established platforms that support the OER adoption. OER Commons is a widely used digital library offering open lesson plans, textbooks, and full courses across K 12 and higher education. It also provides alignment tools and community reviews. OpenStax, developed by Rice University, offers free peer reviewed textbooks commonly used in college level math, science, and social study courses. Merlot, supported by California State System, curates for faculty reviewed learning objects and it focuses on data driven courses with embedded assessments and feedback. OER in practice. In many educational settings, OER is becoming more common as institutions prioritize affordability and access. Schools and universities are increasingly integrating OER into their curriculum and learning management systems. In my own teaching context, digital resources are often used to supplement curriculum, allowing educators to adapt materials for diverse learners. There's also a strong focus on accessibility, differentiation, and inclusive teaching practices. While full implementation may vary, interest in OER continues to grow as educators recognize the benefits. Now let's get into challenges of OER. To conclude, open educational resources and pedagogy promote equity, access, and innovation in education. They empower educators to design flexible instruction and encourage students to take ownership of their learning. Open education is not just about free materials, it's about creating meaningful, inclusive, and transformative learning experiences. Despite its benefits, OER does come with challenges. These include the time to require and curate high quality resources, the need for training around open licenses, and concerns about quality control. However, with institutional support and professional development, these challenges can be addressed. For many educators, the long term benefits outweigh the initial effort. So, in conclusion, to conclude, open educational resources and open pedagogy promote equity, access, and innovation in education. They empower educators to design flexible instruction and encourage students to take ownership of their learning. Open education is not just about free materials, it's about creating meaningful and inclusive, transformative learning experiences. Thank you all for being here for this presentation. I hope you learned something and that this was easy to follow. Thank you all.